We were actually worried about getting here.
I feel like we've put off doing the free route. This is cheap living 101, you guys.
We are camping overnight at Cracker Barrel.
We're on the road today. We're doing things a little bit different, giving a little bit of spice and variety into our travel life. Currently at a Buc-ee's right outside of Houston. You won't believe that we got here early enough for the best thing that they have here. Yay!
Last and only time we've ever had one of these breakfast burritos. Giulietta deemed it the best.
It's the best thing they have. The hippo taco, there's bacon, potatoes, eggs, cheese. They have the brisket taco too, which are really good, but they're usually served in the morning. Every time we get to a Buc-ee's, we're only here in the afternoon, so we get the brisket sandwich, which it just isn't very good. They're turkey and brisket sandwiches. Buc-ee's, you gotta step it up with the sandwiches, but these tacos, delicious.
Well, let's see. I know your expectations are high.
All right, let's open it up.
I gotta say,
Winston's curious.
the list of ingredients is extremely long. The longest list on the planet.
Not the healthiest thing you're gonna eat, but I don't think many things at a gas station are gonna be very healthy. Need some salsa.
Yeah, this looking soggy.
Tastes pretty good. I think you're gonna love it. Very salty. It's very delicious. We made it to Cracker Barrel. Now what do we do? What do we do here? This is prime camping, you guys. This is what we love. Definitely showing you guys what you got in your own backyard, and that is probably a Cracker Barrel.
Home sweet home, our honeys. We're at our home for the night. We think it's really important to be able to have backup options when you're traveling through the country and you don't have access to a campsite, something falls through with it. You need somewhere to stay, and we're taking advantage of some southern home style cooking right behind us. Cracker Barrel actually welcomes travelers and RVers for the night, so we called ahead to the specific Cracker Barrel to make sure that they allow overnight parking. Lo and behold, they do. I looked up the rules online actually. Please stay for the night, but please don't set up everything outside. Don't set up your generators. Don't set up your chairs. You can't tell me not to set up my chair.
Well, I mean, whenever you have this good of a view, you definitely want to set up your chair outside so you can stare at the shipping container and the Super 8 next door. First things first, Winston's been in the car for about 3 hours today. We're gonna take him on a good walk. Come on, little bum. Let's go. Is this camp? Oh no, this isn't camp. Come back.
Winston always knows when we're at camp. I'd say 3 or 5 minutes before we actually arrive, he jumps up from the back seat onto my lap and stands on my lap like he knows that we're there. And today he did the exact same thing. We were 3 minutes away from this Cracker Barrel and he jumped up on my lap. I mean, I don't know how he knows like that. Maybe it's just from us talking, but it's not like we're at a campground so he can smell the camp. He's just really smart.
There she is, you guys. We got the tiny camper and we got our Jeep. It looks like maybe we might have maybe we have some neighbors. I don't know. Would you prefer to have neighbors or no?
I prefer not to have neighbors. I wonder if anyone else will be camping next to us.
There's like 5 spots right here. We parked in the very far end, and then if there's ever a situation, we could just get right out of here real quick.
We honestly won't know if we have neighbors for the next few hours. It's only about 4:30 right now. It does get dark around 5:45, but people can be showing up, you know, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and that's still gonna be our neighbor, but we'll be asleep by then. Let's go.
Let's see what kind of mess we got in here. Wow. So we're gonna try to take out the canopy and maybe just put it right underneath the camper, and possibly the water jug. All of this just fell because we've been driving. So all of our books are down here. We are going to be cooking in our tiny camper tonight because they don't want you to set up outside. Maybe we'll cook in the back of the Jeep. Maybe we'll cook back here. We don't quite know yet, but we're gonna fill it out, and we got a really gourmet seeming recipe for you guys. Winston's very happy to be back in his camper. Look at that. He doesn't care if we're at camp or we're at Cracker Barrel. Everything is kind of a mess right now because we have excess stuff that we don't need with us, but I already have the solar power bank set up so I can plug in the electric cooler. This is pretty much our setup whenever we're in an off-grid situation, and this will last us about 2 days, 24 hours total, but we make it work with plugging it into the car whenever we go drive and things like that. So I just plug it in here, turn it on, we have power, 39 degrees. But we want to show you a different side of traveling this way, traveling full-time, and this is a perfect way to do it. This is a free camping spot for the night because there's really nothing interesting nearby, so we just chose to stay at a Cracker Barrel, and then we get the pleasure of waking up the next morning and going to Cracker Barrel for breakfast.
We got a pro tip. If you didn't know, you go inside Cracker Barrel and you order free biscuits. They give you free biscuits, people.
This is cheap living 101, you guys. You guys, we use a bucket for the bathroom.
It has a lid on it. It has a toilet seat. It's not like we're hovering, okay?
She's justifying it over here.
I mean, I was really against it for the longest time. Whenever we had our toilet set up, we had the toilet with the 4 legs that you put outside with the pop-up canopy around it.
Dig a hole and everything. But you know what? Since then, we've just decided to use a bucket for our number ones, okay? Just
only
number
at
ones.
night. Only at night.
We got a neighbor here. Look.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous for the neighbor.
Their camper's pretty cool. Now we're gonna whip up some gourmet seeming ramen. We always ate ramen when we were in San Francisco. When we first moved there, I always said, why would you pay $10 or $14 for a bowl of ramen when you can buy it for 40 cents? As soon as we ate at those restaurants, we knew why. Absolutely delicious. So we're gonna spice this one up, spruce it up, put some vegetables, some seaweed, all kinds of ingredients that are gonna make this ramen in this Cracker Barrel parking lot gourmet seeming.
We are setting up the stove out here. We were debating whether or not we wanted to be in the tiny camper or outside. We were gonna scope out the situation and see what it was like, but we're in the back of this Cracker Barrel. Nobody's gonna mess with us. And we're gonna just set up the stove and do it outside because we don't really wanna cook inside of our camper.
It's gonna be dark soon, so let's get this show on the road. I used to make ramen all the time growing up. It's the first thing that I officially ever knew how to cook. I've told so many people about their free biscuits and apple butter, but you don't know unless you ask.
And we have some carrots. I'm just gonna quickly saute these for just a second. We're keeping it really simple since we're outside of a Cracker Barrel right now. But we're gonna do some carrots in there.
This is honestly so fun.
Winston's in the camper right now, just chilling out.
I feel like as soon as you hear those carrots sizzling, we're officially cooking, you guys.
Put a little bit of soy sauce in there. And some bone broth in there. I'm gonna let this boil for just a second. We're gonna add in the noodles, throw in some spinach.
Back and forth, back and forth. We just have a really good time.
Yeah, good.
The only things we even need to cut up for this recipe are a few scallions and a lime.
We actually have some Mandarin teriyaki sauce from Panda Express. I'm gonna put a little bit in that broth just to sweeten up just a little bit.
We're not using the seasoning packet that they include in it. We're gonna season it ourselves. We were actually worried about getting here too early. Like, what are we gonna do all night? But when we pulled up, you know, our travels always take longer than we thought they would. And it already started to get dark after we talked to our really nice neighbors next door.
Now what I'm doing is adding in these noodles. I'm gonna add in a little bit more spinach in there for Amber. I have something special for mine. I'm actually gonna add in some beef jerky. Went to Buc-ee's today and I got the spicy beef jerky they have. They actually sell beef jerky like a whole deli. Like you can just buy it by the pound. Crazy. Here we have the beef jerky. I got the hot and spicy. Very spicy. It's gonna be perfect for our gourmet seeming ramen in the parking lot of Cracker Barrel. gonna put this in a bowl for Amber, sprinkle on some green onions. We have some kimchi and some seaweed to top it with.
So we just cooked up this gourmet seeming ramen. Really simple, almost no dirty dishes. Now we set up our cute little tray and table in our camper.
I'm just gonna have mine in the sauce pot because we don't have any more bowls.
That's my kind of woman there, washing the littlest amount of dishes possible. It's taken everything in Winston's willpower here to stay away. Now he's resting.
So
He just had his dinner. It was delicious. Look at you.
ramen is served in the tiny camper.
Put some scallions on yours.
Thank you. Look who it is. He's really wondering about it.
We'll squeeze some lime on top. Now that is gourmet.
I got a soda water to go with my ramen. Look at that, you guys.
This is the perfect size kimchi too. Other kimchi packages I've seen are really large, but this is 2 servings.
I know, right? I couldn't believe I found it. Are we on a picnic right now? You have to be very careful with boiling hot broth in your tiny camper. Ooh, Amber added my kimchi. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, when you realize beef jerky's dehydrated, so once you put it with water, it's hydrated, so it means it's a steak. Actually becomes a filet mignon.
This looks so good.
This is delicious. A little bit sweet, definitely spicy, salty, gourmet seeming on a budget.
I can already tell you that this looks about 30 times better than any kind that I made at home as a kid. No, I gotta get my bite right. The usual ramen that I would make with the packet is way too salty. Not this one with all of the sauce that we put. This is great. I'm gonna add some of this chili sauce to it. The vegetables have a nice crunch.
You like it, right?
I really love everything about it.
That ramen was so heartwarming. It got me so relaxed to chill out in the camper right now. I feel surprisingly comfortable here at Cracker Barrel. We have 2 neighbors that are phenomenal, nice people. We've had great conversations with them. So I feel better. I like having some neighbors, actually.
Me too. The temperature tonight is perfect since we don't have electricity. We definitely don't need any air conditioner, any heat. It's gonna be perfect.
I know, it's feeling really good already. I'm so relaxed at Cracker Barrel, and I'm feeling really proud of us for doing this. I feel like we've put off doing the free route for a long time, so we're gonna be exploring that a lot more. And
This is a perfect time to get our feet wet.
Exactly. So we're gonna do some free camping in Florida. There's quite a bit if you actually look for it. We're just gonna figure it out. We're gonna have a good time doing it.
We've had a peaceful evening of chatting and planning and just, you know, catching up with each other, hanging out with Winston. And right when the time was right, the generator died. So the lights went out. And that means it's time for bed at Cracker Barrel. Good night, Winston. Good night. We'll see you, honeys, in the morning.
You ready to go to Cracker Barrel?
Good morning. I slept so good in this parking lot here, and you know the rushing sound of cars, motorcycles, semis all night. You can't ask for a better sleep in a parking lot.
I slept great last night too. I'm surprised. There was a train sound that kept on honking and honking every few hours, but for the most part, I slept very sound. I did have to wake up and use the restroom immediately around like 6 a.m. and you know what I'm talking about. But luckily there was a gas station right next door. Wherever you find a Cracker Barrel, you usually find a gas station and a Walmart. Ready to go eat some Cracker Barrel. We're actually gonna leave Winston in the camper. We're gonna pull around to the front, be able to get a big window seat so we can watch the camper. And Winston's gonna relax in the camper. It's such a nice, cool climate. It's very, very wet this morning.
We just woke up to 2,703 subscribers. We posted a short yesterday redefining what rich is. To us, rich is traveling and having experiences. Thank you to all of our new subscribers. We hope you love that short. We have tons more where that came from. Welcome to the Honey I Roam family.
That was our sleepover at Cracker Barrel edition. Thank you so much for watching this video. We are
Honey I Roam. We loved having you in this experience with us, and Winston did too. You guys are great. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? Do it right now and tell other people about us. We love you guys.
Now what do we do? The sun is shining so bright on my face.
I love how Giulietta says spinach. She says spinach. Spinach. With a G, it's so much fancier.
The ramen was so warming, so relaxed.